Hello, learners. Today, as part of the financial management course, lesson 1, I'm going to discuss about the importance of the finance function in the financial management. So, to understand what actually is a finance function, the finance function, which refers to the practices and activities directed to manage business finances. The functions are oriented toward acquiring and managing the financial resources to generate the profit. These financial resources and the information optimized by the finance functions contribute to the productivity of other business functions like planning and decision making activities. For any organization, finance is the lifeblood of any business. Without proper financial resources, no businesses can run smoothly. So the finance processes can be related to planning, execution, control, and maintenance of financial resources. As we are all the students of the management education, and you want to be the master of the business finance, or sometimes in the decision making. So, the finance function, as you observe on the screen, which deals with so many other aspects like capital budgeting, financial planning, forecasting, capital structure management, deals with the working capital management and how you are controlling the finance and how you are reporting. The finance function, if you observe in any of the organization, see here, so as a financial manager, we assess the financial goals. So whether you are meeting the requirement of the short-term goals or long-term goals. So this particular flow chart, which explains how the financial manager in the organization, they're taking the decisions with relate to any activity, especially which is a monetary activity in the organization, because the financial manager's objective is to meet the predetermined goals and objectives of the organization. So, coming to the important finance functions, there are different classifications and it varies with the different types of the organization. Generally, the finance department functions like bookkeeping, budgeting, forecasting, and management of the taxes. And the finance manager functions like financial report preparations, contributing to the overall financial well being of an organization. Now, let us understand the important finance functions. The first one, which talks about the investment decision. The investment decision function revolves around the capital budgeting, cash flow management decisions. Because you take any organization, capital budgeting in the organization involves the analysis of investment opportunities, specifically long-term projects and associated cash flows to determine the profit potential. It revolves around making a sound investment that must maximize returns for the business in the long run. So here, these investment decisions are challenging and complex. So, as part of the investment decision, further, we will be discussing on certain capital budgeting techniques like payback period, net present value method, internal rate of return, and profitability index, which we carry out in the capital budgeting module. The second important decision is financing decision. See, as a financial manager, our expertise in farming financing decisions leads to optimized capital structure, which enhances the performance and enhances the growth of the organization. So, financing function deals with acquiring capital, like how you are acquiring, when you are acquiring for the various activities of the organization. How we are acquiring and when we are acquiring, what we are acquiring, whether you are acquiring the equity capital or debt capital to meet the finance requirements of the business. So here, in this particular decision, majorly we talk about the capital structure decision making, because the financing decision always focus on maintaining the good capital structure ratio. The third one, which we talk about, the liquidity decision. Here, liquidity decision generally revolves around working capital decisions and management. Here, the priority is managing the current assets to follow the going concern concept. Suppose if you are not maintaining the liquidity, it results in the financial crisis and insolvencies that we can observe. Sometimes a lot of liquidity in the organization may also lead to the dangerous position in the organization. So how you are going to maintain liquidity in the organization? Especially in the coming modules, we'll be discussing certain issues, how we are going to manage this liquidity in the organization. The fourth important finance function is a dividend decision. Dear learners, most of the times companies share profits with their shareholders in the form of dividends. As there are different types of shares, we have different types of dividends. Depends on the dividend policy crafted by the organization. Because a company's dividend policy influences the company's market value and the stock prices. So hence dividend decision, including the division of net income between the dividends and retained earnings, is an important function. So the four important financial functions which talks about almost all covers the syllabus of financial management broadly, because here if we observe investment decision, where we talk about capital budgeting techniques, financing decision, we talk about the capital structure, its management, like working capital management. In the liquidity decision, we talk about working capital management, how you are going to manage your assets, how you are going to manage your current liabilities. It's all about the management of current assets and current liabilities. So we will be discussing on those aspects in the liquidity decisions, dividend decisions, because it is all about the policy framework of the organization, whether the profits has to be shared among the shareholders or not. So dividend, especially the different types of dividend that we discuss, how you are going to issue the dividends, on what basis you are going to issue the dividend, the factors influencing this dividend, and the impact of the issue of the dividend on the valuation of the shares and the valuation of the company. So that we discuss in the further month. Now, when it comes to the role of the financial manager, see as a financial manager in the organization, so what we do basically, the financial manager is involved in financial planning financial activities and the resources in the organization, because it plays a crucial role in the financial management domain. So here, how well we are establishing the needs of the organization, prioritizing, and how we are planning the budgets for the same. Here, if you observe uh, various roles the financial manager is performing, various roles, right? Allocation of the financial resources, because how you are prioritizing your requirements, and on what basis you are prioritizing, because proper coordination and control is required between the various activities of the organization. Another important role of the financial manager, especially in raising the funds. As a financial manager, you should be having well knowledge about the various financial instruments, markets, international markets, because how well you have the understanding of these markets, which will have an impact on the organizational sources of the finances. How well you are reducing the financial cost, like cost of equity, cost of debt. Because when it comes to raising of the funds, various sources are there, external sources are there, internal sources are there. And as a part of the financial management, your objective is to reduce the cost of the source of finance. So here the crucial role of the financial manager exists. Planning for the profit. How you are going to plan? Because when you keep track all the relevant financial reports of the company and use this information as a database, because you can forecast and you can plan all the financial activities based on this information. That's why planning is a crucial task how you are planning. Without historical information, it becomes very difficult for planning. Understanding the capital markets is another important role played by the finance. How well I know the markets, because risk management. If your organization is a multinational company, then you are prone to risk from the international events or situations. Various global factors will affect your organization. So if you understand the international markets, especially capital markets, then it will be easy for the financial manager to manage certain risks. That's why here we talk about risk management, how you are estimating the risk, how you are managing that risk, and how you are overcoming that risks, what kind of strategies you are crafting to manage the risk in the organization. So this lesson, having a quick review, we have understood the importance of the finance function in the organization. We have understood the important decisions taken by the finance function in the organization. We have understood the role of the financial manager in the organization or in the finance function.